Despite the fact that we are midway through October, it's a little bit surprising that we're still getting some Halloween launches from brands. This time it's an indie brand from the UK. They're called the Pastel Roses. Really, really great quality brand. I enjoy anything that I have from them. And this is their new The Book of Spells and Potions, and it's available right now for £32. I took all of these pictures, by the way, from their website. Let's have a little chat on it. If you go over to their website right now, it does say underneath that it's a pre-order, and then it says something about it like taking 5 to 10 days. So I'm not sure how quickly you would necessarily get this, so keep that in mind. The palette itself has 8 mattes and 4 shimmers. And to me, the colour story is a little bit confusing because I see some beautiful purple hues there, and I feel like if they just left it at that with like a 6 pan, could have been beautiful. But then kind of the addition of the yellow and the green honestly has thrown me massively. I like that they have a good level of light in here with the shade Whisper, and they have a good level of depth in here as well with the shade Dungeon. It does just feel like a strange colour story to me. If they had left it as just being a 6 pan, including the shades Coven, Spell, Alchemy, Whisper, Potion and Dungeon, that could have been beautiful. They could have left it at that and it would have looked really, really nice. But I feel like the addition of the other 6 shades, particularly the yellow and the green, just feels super, super disjointed to me. And you can really see it when you look at the swatches. And you can kind of see that there's 2 or 3 colour stories in here mixed together that feels a little bit confusing. And when you see the shades Bewitched and Mystery in here, that yellow and that green, it almost distracts so completely from the other shades that I can't focus on them. And I think that's a terrible pity because you kind of miss all of the loveliness that's occurring elsewhere. So I feel like it's just a strangely assembled palette. However, the shades themselves look really, really good, and I will say they are fantastic quality. Pastel Roses is a really, really great indie brand. And I mean, you can see here even the level of pigmentation is really, really good, even all the way down to that shade Whisper. And as I've said many a times before, purple is very, very difficult to formulate, and it looks like they've done pretty darn well with Coven. Do you see what I mean here when you actually put those purples together? Like, that looks really nice. From like Spell all the way down to like Witch. You can't tell me that isn't really cute. If they had that, or maybe like swap out Witch with Dungeon, you can't tell me that wouldn't have been a perfect palette. And then the fact that the outside of the palette is like a purpley blue, it would have made so much more sense. Oh, I'm a little bit frustrated because I think there's so much potential here. Anything that I have from Pastel Roses, I genuinely enjoy to a very, very high degree. But so far, any of the palettes that they've come out with, and I've wanted to love them so, so much, but it's just whatever colour combinations they're doing, there's always something that slightly throws it off to the point that I kind of can't focus on the palette overall. Like if I took out that yellow and that green, genuinely, if I just took those 2 out, I think I could focus on the palette better, but all I can see is the yellow and the green. I'm finding it so hard to focus on anything else. It's just such a pity. If, however, you do like this colour story, I am delighted for you. And I will say, if you haven't tried Pastel Roses and this is a colour story for you, you will enjoy it. They are relatively inexpensive, let's be real, £32 for an indie brand. And I do genuinely feel like their formula is really, really good. However, this palette isn't for me. It just is what it is, and that's okay. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you like this or no?